we have a group of experts, and somewhat experts. Some of them have real life experience implementing some of these digital marketing schemes. Some are trainers, and some will give you real life view of how the implementation works. We have Ratan KK, who's actually going to head out the first two sessions. Ratan educates about digital marketing at several places, colleges, corporates, and very experienced at talking about the subject. Then we'll have Ratan Larry from Loyalty One, which is a company that works on building programs around loyalty for customers, which is trying to get your customer to come back to you and shop from you again and again. And then we'll move on to Siddharth Puri, who runs, again, a company called Tyru. Tyru is one of the larger digital marketing agencies. And he'll take you through what your strategy could be for your business to go online. And then we'll end the day with Harish Chibriwala, who runs a company called Social Waveland. And he'll cover Facebook and a lot of the social media mediums. So, and then I think we'll have Ratan come back and give you a summarized for the day. Then open it up for everybody to kind of ask questions. So whatever questions you have, what I would suggest is if it pertains to that module while we're talking about it, you save it at the end of the module and kind of ask that question. And then if it's something that's a more generalized question, you kind of wait till the end when we have dedicated 30 minutes, 40 minutes for us to answer those questions for you. So I'm gonna hand it over to Ratan, who's actually gonna head the next two modules here.
Thank you, Rajesh. I won't be using the microphone. Am I audible to you? Okay. So I will go a little easy on my throat because I've got another workshop to be done tomorrow. So this is one of the first master classes for eTailing, and I'm completely blessed to be the first speaker. What we have in detail is there are about 5 modules. Module 1 would be how is online and digital channel actually impacting the business. This is something that you will go through. That's a module that gives you the fundamentals for you to really look at digital marketing. Module 2 would be understanding the customer. If you get started with your business into online space without understanding the customer and his online behavior, you might get started, but you'll get stuck somewhere, for sure. So that's the module that we'll attempt to clear. Module 3 is, let me just go with it. No? We are supposed to be self-proclaimed esteemed trainers. So I would be covering the first 2. I wanted to take a little while and brag about myself. When you have a guy wearing a bandana, you might think that it's very informal, not serious, but I'm a very serious guy. So I wanted to really emphasize what I do. Therefore, you would have an idea when I'm saying a concept or explaining something to you, you would be able to understand where I come from. When I'm saying a concept or explaining something to you, you would be able to understand where I come from. The second reason is that when I stand here, I'm actually being transparent to you in terms of my intellect, in terms of my experience, in terms of my wisdom for you. So use the time. Those are something that I do. I am, the couple of things that I want to brag about is that I have been in digital space for about 10 years. And I'm also a visiting professor for digital marketing at IIM Ahmedabad and Udaipur. So most of the slides that I cover today are part of that specific program that I do. So these are something that are covered many times over in the last 3 years, gone through their own design. Going back to the module 3, this would be taken by Ratan, and he is a CMO at Loyalty One. Ashish has explained what business they are into. Then you have Siddharth coming in, who is looking at the online strategy. And if you were to really put an online strategy, how does it look like? And that dovetails into the next module, which is having understood how it is impacting businesses, having understood what the customer is, and looking at different aspects of digital channels. And having got some live cases where online strategy is implemented, we would look at developing an online strategy for some of you. We will take questions and there will be a lot of interaction that is required. Some agreements, make some copious notes. This is not a conference, this is a master class. So make a lot of notes so that we will connect. Ask questions and participate in the class, which I mean that if there is a notes, so that we will connect. Ask questions and participate in the class, which I mean that if there is a question that you really want to shoot it off, while Ashish has asked you to keep the question until the session, if you can't wait with it, go ahead, shoot it, okay? Get to the point quick, because we've got about 6 hours, and in that there are 4 self-proclaimed esteemed experts are going to speak, so get self-proclaimed esteemed experts are going to speak, so get quick to the point. Mobiles in silent mode, I really get, it's not that I'm not okay with it, it spoils my thought process. So if you can put your mobiles into silent mode right now, if they are not, that will be very helpful. No IMs, no FB. One thing that I ensure that I don't want you to start tweeting about it, Facebooking about it, because I want you to soak in, absorb, so that when you go out there, you would be able to get into a good conversation out there. And please continue with these conversations beyond. It's just not that we got connected and we won't see each other. And if you come to Heaven, probably I'll meet you there. Okay? So please continue the conversations, use all the kind of social stuff that is there. These are the 2 mantras that I have for myself. Because digital marketing is a niche. It's not there yet. I can't really say that having been in this industry for 10 years, I know it all. Honestly speaking, I don't know. It just happened that I happened to get started a little early into digital marketing. Therefore, I'm standing here with an attitude of wearing a bandana and trying to teach you something. So please, let's learn and do it better. And we need to be at it. If you have got started with some thought which gets triggered as part of this master class, continue the conversation. Yeah, this is the first thing that hits me. Whenever I go into consulting with a company, they want to get started with the digital. And when we're looking at digital, I go and ask them, what is it you want to do? Look, Facebook. Look, YouTube. Look, Twitter. But when they look at, what is it you want me to do? They don't really give me the meat. They don't really give me the conversations that I need to do. They don't really give me ideas about how I can go ahead and engage the customers online. Today, the masterclass, the way we have designed, probably it would give you something to figure out what you could do in digital marketing if at all you're getting started. So, what I want to do is go around the room, ask some questions. So if you were to define business as per your understanding, what is it? So, what's business according to you? I'm not going to, yeah.
Any human enterprise,
Yeah.
Structured to value add to others in a manner that will also value add to me or to itself.
Very abstract. I would have
But
loved it
true.
to be very specific.
But very true.
I will take that and probably dig deeper into come to specifics. Anyone else want to take a part of it?
I think this is the most comprehensive definition you can find in business, but that's my,
That's perspective.
I'm sorry.
That's your perspective. I respect
Indeed.
it. Yeah. Okay. Let's take 2 more, then move on to the next question. You need to get your vocal cords exercised.
It's basically an activity to exchange goods and services. In the process, I fulfill the requirement of whatever the opposite person is.
Okay.
And also I fulfill my requirement of my business objective, making money or growing my business or making brand, whatever. It's basically an exchange activity.
Brilliant. I mean, both of you have actually completed the way I see my perspective of business. Anybody else who want to really, yeah?
Creating and enhancing value.
Creating and enhancing value.
Value.
Okay. I'm still open for more answers, but let's look at the next question. If that is business according to this room, what is marketing?
Getting the word out.
Getting the word out there.
Getting others to accept your idea. Getting others to buy what you want, what you have to offer.
Okay.
Tool to enhance the business.
Tool to enhance the business.
Creating need.
Good. Now let me take that as the definition, collective definition of this class, and let's move on to the next question. What is e-marketing? Which is digital marketing, web marketing, internet marketing. What is e-marketing?
Moving the buying and selling function online.
Okay. I'll take one more.
Enhance your business online.
You're sticking to your definition.
Yeah.
I like that. There is being at it. Yeah.
Using the media as the internet as a media for your communication or exchanging,
Reach the customer.
reaching consumer.
Okay. So if I were to define them according to my perspective, my school of thought, which could be something that you might challenge later, post the session. So what I would do is, for me, business is revenue minus cost is equal to profit, period. Anytime I have looked at it, if you say business, the moment the formula that needs to come in is R minus C is equal to P. If there is no revenue, it's not a business. If there is no cost of delivering business, it could be called trading, but it still has a little bit of, you leverage something. But if there is no profit, cash. Business is revenue minus cost is equal to profit. And starting today, I want you to look at it from that perspective. The moment I'm in a business of 1, 2, 3, you could actually ask, in a business of 1, 2, 3, you could actually ask, what is the kind of revenue? How do you make it? What is the cost of delivering business? What is the profitability? I asked that question in the morning to Ashish. So it's important for you to get that fundamentally. If you don't get that, anything that you do is a waste of time, intellect, sweat, and tears. So let's move on to the next question. When you look at marketing, there's too much of light here. I mean, probably, is it legible? You were able to read it? Okay.
So if we can switch that off.
If they switch off, it will be better.
They're looking for a picture of me in a bright light. Okay. If it is clear, I can go ahead with it.
It could be clearer.
It could be clearer, but
In fact, it is distracting.
It is.
Yeah.
so can we have that switched off? This is called social media. A very clear definition. I want to dance, but you guys say no, don't. No lights, so no camera. So marketing is very complex function. For you to do marketing, first of all, you need to have a customer and you need to establish a need or a want. We will get to that, what is a need, what is a want, a little further into the slides. And I'm attempting to give this fundamentals to you because in my 10 years, I don't see many of my colleagues asking the same questions again and again. I want you to get used to that. So you have a customer, they have a need or a want. If you don't have a customer and you have not established the need or want, your marketing is going to be having a little bit problem with it. Then there has to be a market-ready product. I'm going to do marketing on Facebook and Twitter, but where is your product? Product will come 3 months down the line. Now let's look at it. If you don't have the market-ready product, a customer comes to me and say, hey, I want to buy the product, and I twiddle my thumbs and say, hey, it's not ready, come back to me after 3 months. You lost the conversation. You lost the opportunity to transact. You lost an opportunity to do business, which is revenue minus cost is equal to profit. Next is, while you have established the need or want, you need to identify a customer. And this is something which is very, very specific to digital marketing, because if I have got 6,416 customers, email IDs and mobiles of a retail company, and I want to send out summer collection email, I can't generally say, come to my shop and buy summer collection. And it looks very rude if it is a male and if there is a picture of a woman in the email, right? So you need to get to an identified customer so that you need to segment them specifically. For example, Ratan KK on Facebook is very different to a Ratan KK on LinkedIn. A 17 to 24-year-old guy who's looking at luxury on Facebook is very different to a guy who's 40 to 45 looking at the same luxury on Facebook. You're able to get this? Then your objective is, what do you want to do? Do you want to do sales? Do you want to do distribution? Do you want to do advertising, which is promoting, communicating whatever the communication objective that you have in the marketplace against competition? I'm getting into specifics. If you don't have all these things clearly specified before you get into marketing, you might get there, you'll burn a lot of money, and if you are having deep pockets, probably you'll survive and get a promotion, get a hike. But if you are an e-marketer, you will not have that kind of time, because you definitely need to make an impact on your marketing in the online space. This is something that I want you to understand. Who is your customer? in flesh and blood. In fact, what I've seen whenever I consult, I work with an organization, I push the CMO to tell me 3 people who are in her circle who could be your customer. So who is the gentleman, who is the lady? What kind of a car that she drives, what kind of credit card that she has, what kind of lifestyle. You need to know all this, because if you don't have this idea about the customer, your marketing communication becomes very bland, very generic. Let's look at it. If somebody is searching for Mumbai flights on Google, there's something called ads come on the, on your side, on this side, if I were to really look at it, on my right side. That ad can be made very specific if you know your customer. A Mumbai flights by Make My Trip could be, hey, come to my site, book the ticket, I'll give you 10% off. If it is Hyatt, it will say, hey, come to my hotel, I'll give you something else. If it is a child care center, can you use that? Mumbai flights as a keyword? I can certainly use it if I know my customer. I say, Mumbai flights, traveling abroad, traveling out, we will take care of the kids. Right? And with search being so local, I can actually say, if you're traveling out, Santa Cruz, I have a center. Where is it coming from? Where is the advantage coming from? I know my customer flash and black. Right? And you need to ensure that you connect with them with emotions and behavior. And certainly marketing is all about you need to ensure that you make their life better. Yeah, little, I get it. Okay? And one of the most important things that you need to understand is when you got a customer, you need to ensure, think through, persist, do it right to ensure the lifetime value of the customer increases. It's a very basic thing, but it's not done. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When I'm looking at e-marketing, I think this definition has come out very well in the class. Any marketing online, it's e-marketing. But let me introduce a concept called customer-centric plus plus. When you are searching for, let's say, you got newly married and you're looking for a honeymoon package, what is that you would do? Anyone who got married recently? Okay. So we are. Anyone who is looking for travel for a holiday in the next 3 months? Anyone? You're having a very tough life. Yeah? So what would you do?
I would basically first filter down on the location and then probably see what are the places to visit. Try and go as specific as I can.
So you would start with an exploration mode and say, where all I could go, I got 40,000 as a budget with me, what could I do? I would probably read out some blogs where people have done anything in the time and the cash that I have. So you're going from one platform to the other. You're doing search, you're doing social media, doing emails, you're doing mobile, you're calling up, you're doing different tactics. Now, as a customer, I am moving from one platform to the other in real time. And I'm doing it seamlessly. And you and I as marketers, if you don't have a preconceived, pre-deployed information made available, you lose that opportunity. So when you understood the customer, you also need to understand the customer-centric plus plus out there. The plus plus is real-time, seamless. If it is, let's say he comes to your store, does not transact, but he goes online and he sees a different kind of a product out there. And he calls up, he gets another product, recommended to him, and he orders it and he gets another product to him. What's happening to the customer? Customer gets completely disoriented and he would not transact with you. Lifetime value of the customer has gone fat. Right? So that's where you need to ensure that the customer-centric plus plus needs to be implemented across the different channels of digital marketing. So that's the definition of business marketing and e-marketing from my school of thought. We talked about why customer-centric plus plus. And it's important for you to understand that if you were to really look at Internet Minute in 60 seconds, what all happens 1 year back. There are so many things happening, on YouTube you got so many videos uploaded. 30 hours of video gets uploaded, and I really don't want to go into it detail. There are different platforms that are coming in, which means that the customer, if you want to connect with them, you need to ensure that which are these platforms that people use, who are your identified customers, and you need to be there, customer-centric plus plus. Making sense? Now if you go to relook at, as an advertiser, you want to get across to the audience, you need to work the entire complex landscape of technology. There are different things, you got something called agencies, ad servers, data optimization, ad exchanges, ad networks, performance, mobile, Facebook, social tools. You need to be very clear, how would you cut through this so that you would be able to get across to the audience when they are searching for you, relevantly and contextually. If you don't, then probably you might get lost in this complete technology landscape. If the light was little lesser, I can have these lights off actually. Yeah. I'm still trying to dance to your song. These two, I guess.
Those close to the
Customer-centric plus plus.
Yes. If it is not, we'll stop here. Okay. So this is the classic purchase funnel. If you were to be